This is an Umbraco snippet for using a custom radio button. The agenda for this snippet is we'll take a look at a demo Umbraco application that uses a custom radio button. It uses it via a doctype template that pulls in an AngularJS directive. That directive itself uses a Jquery plugin that provides the custom option button. The live site that uses this is niequestions.com. That's a National Investigators Exam site. We'll then look at the application architecture and finally we'll take a look at the code. Here's an application, niequestions.com, that uses a custom radio button. Let's see an example. So we'll begin answering a set of questions. First, we'll select the set of questions and start the test. So the questions presented with the list of answers. It's in the answers that we use the custom radio button. So features of the radio button are white background, blue-grey border. It's got grey on hover and the index gets converted to an alpha. So ABCD is the number of answers to each question can vary. In this particular set, they're all 4. When a user selects an answer, the radio button will have a blue background and it will have a white dot as selected. So when we go on to the next question, then the new answers will appear and the radio buttons will be refreshed. Pick a wrong answer, it will still show you up with that background and the white dot, and so on until, in this case, there's 3 questions in the group. We're finished. It gives you a summary of how you've done for each of them. So that's the essence of the custom radio button. In the back end, what we have is we have a list of questions, we have answers for each of the questions, we have a list of question groups which relate to these are the question groups that we select, and for each question group we can assign the questions to that group. So all the configuration is basically done in the back end, and for every question that we assign into a group there'll be a list of answers. We can change the order of the answers and we can change the order of questions in a question group. So all this back-end functionality is encapsulated on the front end. Just now a page section. All my pages have a page section container, and then we just decide what we put into it. So you can see on that home page we have a carousel at the top. We then have a text section in the middle, which is this, and then we have a user's question section. And we see it the only key property it has is the type of container. So I want it just in a container rather than fluid. If it was fluid, it would go to the edges. But the interesting thing about this is the template user question section, and that wraps the Angular directive JB user questions. And we'll take a look at that in the code to see how it's implemented. As we've seen from the demo, the architecture of this solution involves a doc type named user question section that has a template, user question section.cshtml, that contains the directive JB user questions, and that directive is responsible for displaying the question in each of the answers. Each of the answers will make use of another directive JB custom radio, and it's that directive that makes use of a Jquery plugin called custom radio that implements the custom radio. We've seen the demo. In the demo, all the answers were A, B, C, D, etc. And the ABCD was implemented by the Angular filter alpha. Taking a look at the code then, here we are with the doc type template, and we can see it makes use of the Angular JB user questions directive that is responsible for displaying all the questions and answers. That directive makes use of other Angular directives, and in particular Jquery custom radio plugin. So we pulled that script in and we pull in CSS for the custom radio. So that's all there is to the template. It basically pulls in an Angular directive. Looking at the Angular directive, it has its own template, which we'll skip over. I'll just skim through the code, as the object of this snippet is not to go through the whole code in detail, just to focus on the option button. Basically we use some resources to pull in the question groups and the question and the answers from the back end. The countdown that you saw at the start, an interesting change of code here. And initially I used an animated GIF to do the countdown, 3, 2, 1, go. But I find on Edge animated GIFs sometimes lock up. Seemed to be a widely reported problem with no answer. So for cross-browser usability, I binned the animated GIF and just used timeouts for 3, 2, 1, go, and that works cross-browser, so that get around that animated GIF problem. Not ideal, but there you go. The rest of it, just standard JavaScript Angular code really. Custom radios. Well, we'll take a look at the custom radio in a bit more detail. Initially I was trying to just invoke the Jquery as the Angular was refreshing the questions, but finding Angular was getting out of sync with the Jquery, so to solve that I ended up creating an Angular directive just to wrap the custom radio, so that I could then include that in the Angular directives, as we'll see in a second. So this is the HTML that goes with the Angular directive, and we saw that the user's asked to select a question, the question gets listed, and so do the answers. This is the part which uses the option button. So basically we have a role for each answer in that that's defined the back end for the question, and in each answer we have a radio button, and we've added our JB custom radio Angular directive to it, which is the plugin wrapper. So given that we're in an ng repeat, as each answer gets presented on screen, JB custom radio is invoked, and that will then call the Jquery custom radio plugin to custom radio each answer. And as I explained, each answer has an index, and we convert that into an alpha, so we get the ABCD choice for each of the answers. And incidentally, while we're here, for each question answer I provide a feedback control that allows the user just to say whether they found the question and answers useful, and if not, give some info just for continuous improvement of the questions and answers. So getting back to the custom radio, we have that defined as an Angular directive restricted to attribute use, and here's where we grab the radio's parent, which we require to be a label, and we invoke the Jquery custom radio on it, which will then look for a child input radio and style it per our Jquery plugin. So we take a look at the Jquery custom radio plugin. HTML, and the plugin looks for just a label that wraps an input of type radio. The plugin will convert it to this HTML. So the label will just have the custom radio class. The input will have the custom radio class, and a new span element with the custom radio class will be created. It's this span element that defines our custom radio and replaces the default given by the browser. The label is given position relative, so that this span can be positioned absolutely within that, so we get the option appearing on the left. So we just look at the Jquery, we just have some CSS class, the custom option HTML, which is the span at the bottom, which is defined here, and we allow these option buttons to be horizontal or vertical, so the user can override any of those settings. So what the plugin does is, given an element, it will search for any input radio buttons, and for each one of those I'll check that it's not already a custom checkbox, just some dodgy coders call us multiple times, then we're trying to behave sensibly. So we find the label, and if it hasn't got a custom radio label on it already, then we do our business, otherwise we'll leave it alone. So basically this piece of code just converts the input to this format, and we have styling that is used to customize the radio button. The vertical, horizontal, vertical option, that just switches the display in line to display block, so we'll get one per line. The custom label, what we have is this position relative, so that we can position the actual radio button that we customize, and we position it in the 35 pixels on the left, and that's where it appears, so that the alpha label will appear on the right. We'll hide the browser's default radio. But we retain one of the key aspects of it is, even though the radio is not displayed, the clickable nature of it still applies anywhere inside the label. So we get the click feature, but we're not displaying the actual radio. Now we create the custom radio, which is in our span element that we added, and basically that's a white circle with the border radius 50, and we'll give it a blue-grey box shadow. So that's effectively the default look of our radio. Whenever the radio is hovered over, we give it that kind of grey background, and then if the custom radio is checked, we give it a light blue background. So we switch the white to light blue, but then what's missing is a little white dot on top of that light blue. So we use an after element, which is initially hidden, but once the radio button is checked, we display this as block, and we can see that there's the white dot appears a circle, and we position that in the middle of the radio button. That's the custom radio complete for you. The final thing that was used in the custom radio was the custom Angular filter, just called it alpha. It basically takes an index number and generates a letter from a number, so 1 to A, 2 to B, etc. And that completes the code.